What's up? What's up? What's up, people? It is your guy Z Fly once again on a Wednesday, July 22nd, here for another vent week. That's right. This week is the week that we are venting. I am venting. I want you all to vent with me as well. So, yeah, this is vent week. You may have seen it on my social media where I was promoting that, I'm going to do something called Vent Week. And for those of you all who are new to this and wondering what is Vent Week, it's basically I just create a platform where I myself can vent about the worries of life. Whether it's money situations or politics or friends, family, or the job or just people in general. It just give me an outlet to vent. And as I always say, I always encourage you all to vent with me as well. And if you want to partake in this, what you can do is send me your vents to the email that you should see in the chat, info@flyentertainment.media. You can send your events there. Um, what am I gonna say? Yeah, if you send your events there, yeah. So it could be you can make yourself known or anonymous. It's up to you. Also, you could type out what you want to say and send it in, or you could do a video. So yeah, that way, and I'll play your video here, or if you want to type it out, I'll read your vent. And like I said, you could be anonymous or known. Okay, but yeah, I definitely want people to join in and partake in this as well with me. So yeah, we could really get the word out about this vent week. So yeah, all right, me, I'm just checking things as I go along. But yeah, but today I do got some errands to run, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into the vent week right now. So that way I can go ahead and start my day, and that way you all can look at this as you please throughout your day or throughout your week, and hear my vent. All right, everybody. So today, my event is going to be about. I meant to put a topic in the chat as well, but yeah, the topic today is going to be about people who parents and students who spend so much money on college and universities just trying to either live up to or uphold the American dream. I really got to vent about this. So let me just put it in the chat real quick. My apologies for not already having it in the chat. I thought I thought about the websites and everything in the email, but I forgot the topic. Okay, so students and parents who spend so much on colleges and universities to uphold or to live up to the American dream. There we go. Okay, now it's in the chat. All right, so that's the topic. Yeah, so let me just vent about this. You know, wow, where do I start? Now, I'm not coming down on colleges and universities. I'm not. I didn't go to like a 4 year college or a major college. I did like right after high school. I did do some years in a community college. So I got some courses here and there. My major was graphic design. And unfortunately, I did not finish. But even with me not finishing my courses, my community college, I'm still doing pretty good in life. America specifically, has this thing where it tells people, basically how you should, like the steps you should take in life, basically. Okay, number one, you're a child, you go to school, you finish high school, right after high school, you go to college, you do whatever you got to do in college to get a good job. Maybe while you're in college, you meet your sweetheart, you get married, by a certain age, you have children, and then you keep working and working and working, and then you retire, and a lot of us, unfortunately, we try to follow that protocol of life. That someone else who is probably dead and gone many, many decades or centuries ago, who has made out for life. Also too, I recently watched that series Bridgerton. Back in that time period, and it's very interesting too. Just how so many higher ups or whomever, they set all these rules and regulations on society, and that people feel like that's how they have to live. There was one part in Bridgerton where if you watch I think it was season 4 or the last season, basically, whatever season 4 or 5, whatever the last season was, and you remember the son wanted to marry the maid, but it was just that was unheard of. A person of royalty or of upper echelon marrying a peasant like a maid. And the mom, I remember the mom and the brother was saying that if the brother who wanted to marry the maid would move forward and marry the maid, that he would be ousted, outcast from society. They'll have to move to another country. They can never speak to their family again, all because this man that comes from money wanted to marry a maid. And if you're wondering why am I talking about Bridgerton, because what I'm saying is I'm just saying how rules, like people make these rules in society, like what I'm saying, to filter it all out. That man marrying who he wants to marry, like what's the big deal? Like the thing is, she's a maid, okay. He comes from money, okay. But it was just set, the tone was set that the upper class, you don't deal with the lower class. So what I'm saying is, so rules like this, it stick with us, and we feel like, oh my God, I have to do this. I got to stay in this lane, or I'll be outcasted. So the same thing with colleges. What maybe not as bad now, but I know before people used to feel like they really need to go to college because if they don't, they're just going to be outcasted. They're not going to have a good life. They're not going to get a good job. And that was really the tone for a while. I don't know if it's like that now because I'm not so much into college, category or whatever, what the college kids are doing or how they're feeling. But I do know for a long time that once upon a time that was it. Like people really made you feel like you would not get a good job. Your life wouldn't be nothing worth living really if you didn't get a college degree, some type of college education. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, right? So anyway, so many parents and students, they spend so much money, trying to go to college and get these degrees. And then now I'm pretty sure a lot of us know, because I know I do, a lot of us know those people who got these diplomas and got these degrees, and what are they doing right now? Some of them are doing worse than people who didn't go to college. Like some people who didn't go to college, they're pretty good. I mean, we hear some of the greats who didn't go to college. I can't think of their names. Wait, did the Facebook guy, did he finish college? Did Elon Musk finish college? I don't know. Did they go to college? I know the Apple guy, Steve Jobs, like he didn't go to college, right? You know what I'm saying? I believe so. But see how these people who didn't get a college education, but look at them now. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the American dream, and I don't like that because I see like so many outsiders or non-American people who feel like that's the thing to do. Oh my gosh, they said the American dream, and I got to do this. You feel like these are these steps that you got to take, like outside Americans, and they come to America now. They're trying to do all this stuff, thinking it's gonna work. Man, it may work for them. I don't know, but also too, whenever we say the American dream, we got to think whose dream? You know what I'm saying? Like, whose dream is this? Like, whose dream are people trying to follow? Is it your own dream or you're following someone else's dream? Isn't that interesting? But for some reason, we just get stuck in thinking that this is how we should do, this is what we got to do. And you're actually following someone else's dream, not your own dream, not your own aspirations. Because a lot of people don't even want to go to college. Like I said, I took a few courses at a community college, but I realized that college just ain't for me. Like now, though, and now every now and then I think of taking some courses, but it ain't like I'm trying to uphold some American dream. I'm doing it now because I want to. You see what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I wouldn't mind going to college or taking up these courses or things. So it's like my choice. And like I said, oh my God, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta no, because you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've seen so many people who went to college and I am blending in with the background, ain't I? It's not the right shirt to wear with this wall. Uh, if not tomorrow, next week, I'll try to have some color in my background, people. Okay, just to let you know. All right, but yeah, yeah, so upholding the American dream, going to college, spending so much money. Like parents have went into so much debt trying to send their kids to college. Everybody doesn't get the financial aid. So if you don't, now those people who have the money to send your kids to college, universities, whatever, that's one thing. But the people who really don't have it, but you feel like you have to have it in order to succeed in life. Now, listen, I'm not saying that the courses or whatever that you're going to learn will not be helpful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people it probably will help you in life. A lot of people will take that and utilize it. But I know a lot of things in life, or at college or school, we never utilize. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times have you utilized algebra? Maybe some people do, but maybe some people don't. Like, how many times have you utilized biology? Have you, since biology, have you had to cut open a frog lately? Hmm? you know, I mean, then again, I know a lot of times, a lot of these courses, we don't understand it. Like, hey, why are we doing this? Like, we're never going to use this again in life. But I guess if you look at it on the other side of the coin, I guess it's just good to have learned, good to have known it, than to never know it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least a lot of us know about algebra. We're kind of like, we're familiar with what algebra is, opposed to never learning algebra and be like, well, I never seen this in my life. So I guess it's good to have learned it or have been familiar with it than to not. But I don't think that, what I'm saying, if you don't have it to go to school, you shouldn't be trying to, go into debt, trying to go to college. Okay. And that is my vent for today. All right. I'll tell you, I'll make it pretty short today. I got things to do, things to do. Got to run to the city, everybody. That's right. Going to Union Square to take care of some biz not eat. Guess what? So actually in Union Square, I'm going to this thing called the Stretch Zone. Stretch Zone. Yeah. It's I got a complimentary consultation or whatever session, and where they're going to stretch out, these joints, because yeah, working and all this stuff, I really need some stretch. I do exercise, but it's always good to get a good stretch. So I got a 2 o'clock appointment today at the Stretch Zone in Union Square in New York City. So that's what I am going to be doing. Then later tonight, I got some passes. If you have watched All the Queen's Men by Tyler Perry, I'm going to go. They have a watch party tonight for the mid-season finale. Now, here's the crazy thing: the mid-season finale, I haven't even watched this season, but whatever. Okay. I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Because 2 of the cast members are gonna be there. One of the strippers, Bolo, and then that detective that his character messes with. Yeah, so they're gonna be there tonight. You might have seen it on Instagram or social media that they've been promoting it. So yeah, I'll be going there tonight. So that's my day. So I'm about to get ready for that. But yes, once again, as I've been telling you all since Monday, that in September I will be joining the Foundation for Women's Cancer for their Move for Her cancer walk that's happening in Washington D.C. on September 20th. So yes, I would love for you all to, if you're able to, join my team. My team is called the Victorious Vins, and we're going to be walking. It's a 5K walk, but you can do 1 mile. You could do the whole 5K. You can walk it. You can walk or run at your own pace, depending on you. You don't got to worry about trying to keep up with the crowd. But it will be in Washington D.C. Like I said, I will make a weekend if you are able to come. I will make a weekend out of it because the reception will be on the 19th, September 19th. And so it's like a welcome reception. You're definitely going to want to be there. It's a great time to meet a lot of great people in medicine and oncology. So yeah, and many, many more. So September 19th and 20th in Washington, D.C. in the Freedom Plaza. To get more information, you may see in the chat as well, I have moveforher.org. So you can go there. And if you do decide to join, be sure to join my team, which is the Victorious Vins. Let me put that in the chat so you know how to spell it. You'll be able to search it. The Victorious Vins. That's me right there. My website. Now the past 2 days, I've been promoting my website. If you have tried to go to my website, you might see that it's down. Yeah, spyware and malware has attacked again. So yeah, I have my people working on that to get it back up and running. So my apologies if you did try to go to my website and it was down. But yeah, but you can go to moveforher.org and you should be able to find my team, the Victorious Vans, through that website. Okay. So hopefully I'll see you in DC. All right, everybody. Enjoy your hump day. And I will be back. I will be back tomorrow with another vent. Remember, this is vent week. So for the whole week, Monday through Friday, I'm venting about something. And once again, if you do want to join in with the vents, check out the email at the top, info@flyentertainment.media, to send in your events to me, and I will read them or either play them online. All right. But until tomorrow, everybody, stay fly, not high. Bye bye.